Hey Internet, it's me. Tonight's movie was Book of Monsters, and it was a British horror film, which was interesting. I don't see a lot of those, aside from like Shaun of the Dead. And I don't know, I feel like their accent makes me take the movie a little less seriously. I don't know why, maybe I'm just a racist or whatever, but it was just a thing. But other than that, it was a fun movie. It wasn't as good as maybe the past few that I've seen. Um, like Blood Vessel was definitely better, and I don't know, Fear Farm I think was a lot better. There are some other really good ones, but this was on the good side of things. It was definitely above average. They had a lot of like rubber suit monsters. I feel like that's actually a trend in British productions is that there's not as much CGI. It's the same for like if you watch Doctor Who. You know, they do a lot of practical effects with everything. I mean, there's a little bit of CGI here and there, but not a lot. The majority of it is practical, and there's definitely the case with this movie too. Sometimes to the point of being overdone. But there was a lot of practical effects, and I appreciate that. That's just always fun for me in a movie. Even if it looks a little cheesier being practical, I still think it's more fun that way. So I definitely love that aspect of it. The acting, again, the accents threw me. But other than that, the acting was fine. You know, everything was good. People were okay in their role. I mean, it was a lot of high schoolers, so you get all those same tropes. There's the one popular bitchy girl. There's like the quiet nerdy girl who turns out to be a lesbian. There's the kind of soft-spoken goth chick. There's the douchey rich kid guy. Like a lot of the same tropes you've seen in any media that includes teenagers. So nothing new there. Um, and the premise is, well, the premise wasn't entirely new either. I mean, it's kind of the basis of the entire show, Grimm. But basically, there's a girl who, actually, kind of the basis of Supernatural too. Now that I think about it, but it's the girl. Her mother is a monster hunter, and will often read her bedtime stories from her bestiary of creature monstery thingies. And then one day, a monster kills the mom because she's checking to see if there's a monster under the bed for the little girl. And so the little girl grows up with this whole stigma of, oh, her mom died. Maybe she did it. She's crazy. And then you find out that, oh no, monsters are real, and she's the one that can stop them. Like I said, it's not new, but that doesn't make it bad. Like, I've seen it before in Supernatural, but I really liked that show. At least until where they were going to end it at the end of season 5. Everything after that was a bit much. I love the show Grimm, which had a similar kind of setting. So, like, it's not bad that they did something I've seen before, because I've enjoyed it the other times I've seen it, and I enjoyed it here too. So yeah, I don't know what else to say, really. It's weird. I feel like I should have more to say, but I don't know. There's not a whole lot. They definitely had a little bit of like the horror comedy vibe here. Like they wanted certain things to, stick out as funny. Like they had the male stripper show up, and at one point when he's killing the evil garden gnome monster creature things, he's stabbing it to death with a vibrator. And like just some of the comments the characters make to each other, even while in the midst of fighting all the monsters, you could definitely tell they're going for a horror comedy. At one point, the girl with the chainsaw trying to be all badass says, "Let's kill everything that stands in our way." And one of the other girls is like, "Well, we should just kill the monsters, though." And then a guy has to tell her, like, "Yeah, no, that's what she meant." And then the girl's like, "Oh, okay, good." And it's just it's a humorous exchange meant to just build tension and kind of keep it on the more camp side. But I appreciate that. There are some really good horror comedies out there. I Was a Teenage Wereskunk is one of my favorite movies ever. Wolf Cop was incredible too. There's a lot of those kind of movies that just you can put comedy in your horror and still make it fun. And this was one of those. Like I said, it doesn't necessarily stand out as much as like Wolf Cop did or some of the other movies, but it was still definitely good. It was a fun watch. If you've never seen it before, it's one that I could recommend giving a go for sure. I would probably even watch it again. So, yeah, I think that's where I stand on this one. It was good. It was above average. I enjoyed it. And I think that's all I have. So, see you next time.